Podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
Hey, this is Molly Lovette, and you're listening to Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Scissors beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats scissors, Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot. Could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
Double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri, hanging out via Zoom with Molly Lovette. Welcome back to the show, Molly.
Thank you. I know it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I think I forgot to look it up. I don't even remember what year that was, but we did one of these a long time ago at your parents' house. I think that was, right?
Yeah, it was. It might have honestly been before I moved to Nashville. It might have been like 2020, maybe.
I think we were kind of, if I recall, I think you were like, it was in talks, but I don't think you had officially moved yet.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up now for, see what, gotta check the archives.
Oh, yeah.
It was August 2020, yes.
Okay, so yeah, that was like right before I moved to Nashville. It was like a month before. Crazy.
Yeah. This is, so anyway, I'm glad that we were able to do this, catch up, and because it's been a bit, we got a lot to talk about. And, if you notice my cool backdrop here, I'm recording this in my basement. I bought a new home back in June.
Congrats.
Thanks. Yeah, very exciting. And so I'm hoping that this will be the future podcast studio down here in the basement. So that's the goal. So hopefully this is the beginning of one day I can tell everybody this is where I first recorded with Molly Lovette down here in this.
Started it all right there.
Right. But yeah, anyway, so you were at in Nashville now, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a little over 5 years that I have been here. And lots happened in 5 years since we last caught up.
For sure. Yeah. I was wondering, I mean, obviously you were settled in. You've been making a name for yourself in town and doing all the things, all the shows, the writers' rounds and all the stuff. But is there something, I'm sure you get asked quite a bit about, advice moving down there and stuff, or anything like that for young girls or guys. But is there a piece of advice you wish you'd known, or that you quickly learned, like, man, I wish I would have known that before coming down, or even a nice surprise that you found just going down there that you discovered?
Yeah. I think because I moved here and didn't really know anyone, it kind of forced me to just talk to literally everyone.
Yeah.
Like I would show up at writers' rounds and shows, and like anyone that walked off stage, I was like, "Hey, I'm Molly. I just moved here. I don't know anyone. Like, could we get coffee? Could we get drinks? Whatever." And I think that was like a saving grace. Like for some reason, I guess because I didn't know anyone, I didn't care. So I was like, I have nothing to lose. I'm just going to go talk to anyone and everyone. And I think that was so important and like played such a big part in where I am now, because I, met so many co-writers and just different industry people too. And I think it doesn't like totally fast track everything, but it definitely helps you, move along when you like create those connections and relationships, and they're genuine. Like you are in a new city and you want to meet people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's got to be one of the biggest perks to any of that, especially like a town like Nashville where it's music focused like that is meeting, just the networking, the fact that you can find so many people to collaborate with, like-minded people that want to play country music or just generally music. And there's a lot of everybody down there seems like is a guitar player or a singer or a songwriter or something involved in the bands and stuff. So I think that's just it's exciting to think about that you can meet somebody else new every day to collaborate with, and what might inspire, and what you can create together and all that. So
yeah, I really didn't like co-write much in St. Louis. I was just writing alone in my bedroom, and so that was like so cool and different when I got to Nashville, because that is like the thing. Everybody co-writes, and people say you have like your class. Like when you move here, the people that you meet, that's like your class, and you stick with them. And it's so cool now because a lot of the people I met 5 years ago, a lot of my friends are starting to get their first publishing deals or record deals, and I'm just seeing it happen all around me. And it's like, wait, like we're all kind of moving up together, and things are all happening for us, and it's really cool.
Yeah, and then it just keeps, as long as you keep working together, I think like you see a lot of them tour together and all the other things that you just keep supporting each other along the way. And
totally,
if one happens to hit earlier before the other one, you lift each other up, and
exactly, yeah.
So it's I was just thinking about some of that today. Like I saw a reel somebody shared or whatever, or was suggested or whatever, and but it was Luke Combs on some patio for free in 2014, and it's just like it was really cool, like to see it, because it puts it in perspective how quickly life can change for you all. Like and it's, people don't always see like the work that goes into it to getting there. Like, but it's like the fact that you can go from playing free shows on a bar patio to selling out amphitheaters and arenas and everything else. Like, it's pretty crazy ride. So
it's wild. This was probably 2-3 years ago now, but I was at a house party, and Lainey Wilson was there, and we got talking, and I knew who she was, and most people in Nashville knew who she was, but I remember we exchanged numbers, and she was like, let's get coffee, like we hit it off. And I texted my parents, and I was like, you guys, like I'm freaking out, like Lainey Wilson just gave me your phone number, da da da. And my whole family responds back, like, who? We heard of this girl. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Literally months later, Bell Bottom Country is dropped. She's in Yellowstone. And they're like, wait, that's the girl. And I was like, yeah, that's the girl. Like, and a lot of people think they're like, she just came out of nowhere and blew up. And it's like, which is the cool part of Nashville, because there are so many people who like, I am surrounded by, who I'm like, oh yeah, they're like blowing up right now, or they're huge. And, people back home are like, we don't know who that is.
Yeah.
But I'm sure very soon they will.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah. That's, and I think you're right there. Like we got a lot happening. You've been down there, like you said, the last several years, putting in the work and shaking hands and everything, and making these connections. And you are gearing up to release your debut album right here, April 24th, which is very exciting. And especially like, we've been friends for a while now, and like to see the growth, to see all the work you've been putting in to make this possible. To go from, we were doing some cover songs in your parents' living room to, a whole record of originals and stuff is really, exciting to see that, that transition, go from doing cover songs in a bar to now you're going to do a whole night of your own original music, and, and people are paying to come see you. That's going to be a cool thing for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's so crazy thinking back to 5 years ago, because I remember playing shows and writing songs and thinking like, I'm ready. Like I could, go on tour and I could all these things. And it's you don't realize that little time period of growth that you really do need. And so now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, like these songs, I know they're good. I believe in them and what I'm doing. And it's just, it's so kind of funny and sweet looking back, like, oh, Molly, like you were cute.
You kind of addressed that in one of the songs on the record, right? You kind of which one is that? Sorry, I forget. I'm bad at titles. Is that Growing Up Wrong? Is that right?
I would say that was the one I thought you were talking about.
Yeah. You kind of think you know it all at the time, and then you're removed from that a couple of years. You look back, you're like, well, I didn't know anything, and then kind of you still got a lot to learn.
Mm-hmm. A lot of growing up to do.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've gained a little weight. Yeah, sometimes I love and hate my body. So many things have changed in so many different ways around me. This time last year I was waiting for the boy back home to call. I put all that I could in somebody for a little too long. I've made mistakes. I wouldn't change a thing. 'Cause growing up is letting someone treat you right, or taking it too far with the wrong guy, going home for midnight struck, or staying up till the sun comes up. When boys talk and girls get mean, no, nothing's really as big as it seems. Don't get stuck on all the things you've done. You can't get growing up wrong. 20-year-old me tried so hard to believe in herself, consumed with jealousy from staring at her screen, didn't help. It took white nights, good cries to realize that getting older, it ain't all that bad. Wish I could have told her that growing up is letting someone treat you right, or taking it too far with the wrong guy, going home for midnight struck, or staying up till the sun comes up. When boys talk and girls get mean, no, nothing's really as big as it seems. Don't get stuck on all the things you've done. You can't get growing up wrong. I still make mistakes. Oh, but I turned out okay. 'Cause growing up is letting someone treat you right, or taking it too far with the wrong guy, going home for midnight struck, or staying up till the sun comes up. When boys talk and girls get mean, no, nothing's really as big as it seems. Don't get stuck on all the things you've done. Enjoy the ride, you only do it once, and you can't get growing up wrong.
which is great message. I think a lot of, I think it's a great message for a lot of young girls. You cover body image and stuff in there too, and those lyrics. And I think it's a really powerful song to hear for a lot of young ladies. So hopefully, it hopefully resonates when they get to hear it here soon, and we'll get that out there.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely, with this record, am like as open and just real as I can be. And that's, what I wanted with a self-titled album. I was like, this just needs to be like totally me, like behind the curtains, and just, kind of let everybody in.
Mm-hmm. Well, the like I said, the debut record, self-titled Molly Lovette debut album, due out on April 24th. We have quite a few of the songs out there as singles over the last little while, last several months, and leading up to this. But we have one more that's just came out Friday, and that's the last single before the full release, and that's Dramatic. And this is one, probably my favorite. I mean, they're all really great, but this is one that immediately caught me. I was singing along right away. I sent it to my wife, and she loves it too. So, but this is one we were having a lot of fun with already. So
I love it. I love that as a man that this is one of your favorites.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. People would probably never believe I wrote this song with two guys here in Nashville. And I literally, like in writing sessions, I had pitched the idea for I'll Be Okay, but first I'll Be Dramatic. I had pitched it to so many different people, and everyone was like, I like it, but let's something else. And I was like, dang, like I think this would be a good song. And I pitched it to my friends, Parker Daniel and Gary Frost, and they were like, yeah, we're writing that. Let's do it. Let's do it. And so it just cracks me up.
Well, and for me, I mean, I listened to the whole record like twice a day, just, and not that it's like, there's a lot of variety in these songs, but this is one that I felt like had that little bit of that sassy kind of swagger to it. And and it's just a lot of fun separation from some of the other songs. Like some, you cover some more emotional stuff in your lyrics. Obviously it's a personal reflection but this one I felt like you kind of got to loosen up a little bit more and have fun with it.
To work, spilt my coffee down my shirt, fixing my makeup in the rear view. Today is just the worst. Went on a date and it was bad. Profile said 6 to my ass. Kept going on about his ex. Then he asked to split the tab. Could be the smallest thing or out of this world. I can't help the way I feel. I'm literally just a girl. Fell in love, myself Tanner's looking rough. Bree said the check is bouncing back. Better call my lawyer up. Could be the smallest thing or out of this world. I can't help the way I feel. She's literally just a girl. Overreacting, that's what they call it. It's automatic, kinda just happens. I like the life and the show, that's the way my life goes. I'll be okay. But first I'll be dramatic. something. Overreacting, that's what they call it. It's automatic, kinda just happens. I like the lights and the show, that's the way my life goes. It's cinematic, I'll be okay, but first I'll be dramatic. Yeah, dramatic, so dramatic.
I don't want to say you sound like somebody else. I don't really like comparing, but definitely felt reminiscent of 90s Shania. Like it is like, but that kind of what she embodied in this track and that kind of attitude. Like, and that's, so I don't know if that was what you were kind of going for, but it really.
Thank you. It is. Yeah. It was definitely Shania inspired. And we added cowbell.
Yeah.
Song is like a little ode to Shania. So yeah, that was like totally what we were going for. So
Yeah, but it was, well, you nailed it because it was that, and that's why I sent it. This one in particular, I was like, I thought Stacy would really dig it because we, both love Shania. We got to go see her and one of her last tours, whatever she did, came to town and had a lot of fun seeing her live and but anyway, yeah, great song, dramatic. Add it to your favorite playlist, give it a spin, and make it on your summer playlist because this is definitely feels like a summer song. I wanted to turn up loud while you're cruising around all summer long. So
for sure.
Yeah, you planning to do a video or anything like that? You got some ideas or anything going on?
A little bit. We're gonna do kind of like smaller scale videos for I think most of the songs. We've got a few different shoots and things scheduled, but I do have a vision for dramatic that I'm not going to share yet, but it's going to be very dramatic.
There you go.
So yes, there will be a little visual aspect to the song.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see it. And along with that, another big announcement you made the other day that you will be putting your debut album on vinyl. And I'm super excited about that. I'm a collector. I'm down here with a bunch of my records right now. So it's fun to buy, especially a bunch of my friends putting their stuff on vinyl. So it's really cool to support in that way.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to see that too. Thank
you. Yeah. Vinyl is like so back and in these days. And I've got a lot of records. I have a record player and I just, especially for my first album, I was like, I have to have like a physical, copy, like a proof that like I can hold it in my hand. This is mine. This is my songs. And I'm really, really happy with how it all turned out. And it's really, really special and cool. And I can't wait for everybody else to get theirs. Well, I saw you, the video you did, you got the test pressing and got to give that a spin. Was that a pretty surreal moment for you? Oh my gosh. Yes. I just didn't realize like the process of making it. This was months and months in the making. It takes a while to create a vinyl. Cause they have to like literally, I think the word is lacquer. Yeah. Is that it? I think, I'm not sure the technical terms and stuff, but I think it makes sense though. That was it. But and you have to actually get, the songs remastered for vinyl, which was a whole other thing. So I really learned a lot in the process. Even the artwork was like a whole thing. I turned into a graphic designer. I had to like download, InDesign, and it was like a whole thing of just like different ways of creating the artwork and the songs, and it was really, really cool and quite a learning process. So now I will know exactly what to do next time. All right. I think that's a pretty crazy part of the business is that you kind of got to learn how to do it all. It gets very expensive to hire people to do all these things, so you have to learn how to do your own graphic design and whatever, setting up your own videos and your photo shoots and all these things. Like you gotta,
You got to be. I learned a lot of that. With starting this my own podcast here. It's like I learned how to record. I learned how to edit. I'm the webmaster. I'm the social media. It's like it's all in house. So
yeah, we wear all the hats for sure. Like, which I honestly didn't think that I would do an album until I had a record deal. Like that was always my thought process because I was like, then it will be funded by the label and they have marketing teams and the graphics team and they all of these things. And so, yeah, doing everything pretty much on your own is like just a whole other crazy part of all of this for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think it'll be a really nice thing if you can sell a bunch of these and you can, when that time comes along, if for the label interest, you can be like, well, I already moved, several hundred copies on as an independent artist, like, or thousands or whatever, and it's like, that's a nice little, if you can set those milestones for yourself and move a bunch of these records and by yourself, that's really cool. So I think it seems like there's not that there's any right or wrong, but there's a lot of people really doing well out there as independent artists, touring and, doing it by themselves. So, yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at right now is I'm really not interested in any kind of record deal at the moment. I enjoy, being an independent artist and having that control and creating my fans. And I've been lucky enough over the past couple of years to do some opening slots for some pretty big artists. And I remember after all of those shows, like the amount of like true wonderful fans that like follow and keep in touch and really listen and travel to see me is unbelievable. And it's like, if I can, just keep authentically, meeting and creating fans, then, I don't need a label. I've got them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, come on out. We have I guess I'll probably back up a little bit. We have a big opportunity to come see Molly live here in St. Louis area. And I don't know if you're really calling it your album release party, but it seems like that's kind of what is going on. Obviously, your big hometown show happening here at Delmar Hall in St. Louis, Missouri on May 2nd. And that'll be should be your first night to be able to pick up the copy of the record, right? For the hometown crowd.
Oh yeah, yep. Y'all are getting it first. So we'll bring the vinyls, and I've actually been designing my other job, designing merch. So we've got some new album merch that we're going to be selling at the show, and getting to play the songs for the first time now that they're finally going to be out in the world. So yeah, we're not calling it the album show, but it definitely is like the album party, and it's also my biggest headlining show ever. Last year I got to play the Old Rock House in St. Louis, and with my friend Ethan Carl and Caroline Kidd, and we sold that one out. So yeah, this will be the next step. So yeah, Delmar Hall. I cannot believe that I'm getting to play. Crazy.
Yeah. Tickets available now. And this one you're bringing along support from Miranda Bury and Jenna Kay, right?
Yeah. So I did a little contest on social media because I was lucky enough to win a video contest last year, and I got to open up for Alexandra Kay in St. Louis at the Music Park. And that was a show that like really opened doors and helped me out a ton. So I was like, wait, I want to do that and see who, my fans and who St. Louis wants to see open for me. And hopefully, Jenna and Miranda can get introduced to some new people too.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be Miranda's, I don't know Jenna yet, but Miranda's a friend, and we recorded a little while back, and great songs, and she's out there hustling too. So I'm glad to see that a bunch of people mention her and getting that chance to shine in front of a big crowd. So it's gonna be a fun night.
It is. Yeah, I'm excited.
And I was kind of said something off mic, but I think you two will definitely bond over your sparkly boots and all your all the glitter and stuff, rhinestones.
Uh-huh. I was like, I gotta have the girls open the show because that's just they're so my vibe with the sparkle, the rhinestone. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to be a great night. And so come on out and celebrate the release of Molly's debut album and take home a copy on vinyl. And yeah, it's going to be cool. I'm excited. But let's share another song. We talked about maybe giving you a little sneak peek of something you may have not heard yet. This is one that will be, as we're recording this, it will be available on the album, but you'll hear the full thing on April 24th, like I said, but we'll give you a little advanced sneak peek of a newer one called You Could Say That. And this is another great tune. What would you like to tell me about You Could Say That?
Yeah, I wrote this song towards the beginning of my relationship. I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years now, which is crazy. Longest relationship I've ever had and the best one for sure. But it was kind of during that time at the beginning where like we both wanted to say I love you, but like we're scared to do it. And it was like so exciting and scary. And it was like butterflies and just really like giddy and happy. And I was telling my friends, Kelly and Ryan, when we were writing, about that. And so, yeah, we just wanted to kind of write a song that encapsulated those feelings. So, I love this song. I think it's very like dreamy and just happy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, check it out. Here's a little snippet of You Could Say That.
I've never been the fall fast type, so if you're not, I get it. It's hard to let words fly when you might regret it. Oh, but we're dropping hints with every kiss. I don't usually do this. You could say that I'm getting kinda used to the backwoods view from your shotgun seat. You could say that forever's on my mind, and for the first time, it ain't scaring me. I've never been this sure before, not playing it cool no more. If you feel like diving in deep like me, don't hold back. Oh, you could say that. If my name makes your heartbeat skip, I know the feeling. If 3 words are waiting on your lips, I'd love to hear them. Oh, start talking slow and sweet. Oh, lay it on me. You could say that I'm getting kinda used to the backwoods view from your shotgun seat. You could say that forever's on my mind, and for the first time, it ain't scaring me. I've never been this sure before, not playing it cool no more. If you feel like diving in deep like me, don't hold back. Oh, you could say that. Come on, baby, just say that. You could say that I'm getting kinda used to the backwoods view from your shotgun seat. You could say that forever's on my mind, and for the first time, it ain't scaring me. I've never been this sure before, not playing it cool no more. If you feel like diving in deep like me, don't hold back. Oh, you could say that. Oh, baby, just say that.
So yeah, available everywhere on your streaming platforms on 24th. And so hope you all get a chance to add that to your playlist and everything else too. And that feel like there's a couple on here that really kind of involve relationships. And I liked, sorry, I'm bad at names. I listened to them all through my, without looking at them, the titles.
Right.
So like, I know most of them because you'll say it in the chorus, but like Love is Old.
Yeah.
And Know Better. And, there's a lot of these like, what is it? Love is Old, where our song 30 years from now, our song will be a classic.
Classic. Yep.
Yeah. And that's kind of like, there's a lot I related, we've been together 17 years now, me and my wife, and we've been married for 12 of those coming up here in September.
That's amazing.
And that's kind of how we feel. Like we feel like, we're living out our love songs and stuff. Like we was made this like, one of these, sites. They take your wedding song and they put the lyrics around in a circle around your wedding picture and stuff. And
yeah.
so I just made one of those for us for our last anniversary. And so it's nice that to see every day. And then I'm thinking about those songs that we chose, and we do believe that they will be classics 30 years from now and stuff. So
what was your first dance song?
Brad Paisley's Then.
Oh, that's such a good song.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love, that's a great one.
It was, so when we started dating in 2009, that was like all over the radio at the time, and so it was one of those that we, just really connected with. It felt like it was very, very appropriate for our relationship. And it was like, so kind of when it came back around to choosing a first dance song, it made sense. That was our song. And we got, Denver Wade Trent. Yeah, he's a good buddy of mine. And he came out and played it for us acoustic and while we did our first dance. So that was, it was a really cool moment.
That's sweet. That makes me so happy to see you so in love still after, 19 years with someone. That's like kind of when I was writing New Never Wears Off, which was one of the singles, that was my thought. And I wrote that song still pretty early on in my relationship, but that gives me such hope to be it doesn't have to wear off. And it's been really cool. That's why there are a lot of love songs on this record. It's I'm finally in love and an actual healthy, good relationship. And it's so fun and wonderful. And so I wanted a lot of that on the album.
On the couch, just the TV light on, making out to the sound of sitcoms. Staying in on a Saturday night never seems so fun. Same corner booth at our favorite place, hanging on to every word you say. Could be talking about anything, whole world fades away. Yeah, you make every day feel like heading downtown, top down, driving a Benz around, fresh off the lot, like a pink diamond shining, catching the lighting. I don't wanna stop this feeling. Am I dreaming?
Yeah, that's another one I just like immediately resonated with, like, because I feel like for us, like, and it's something I say a lot, but like, I got to be best man at my brother's wedding, and it was what I put in my speech there. But I was like, just never stop dating. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
and that's like, I think a big key is to keeping it to where the new never wears off, is you're always having fun dating each other still, even after years of being married. And
Hmm.
so, um, but yeah, so I really like the record a lot, and I'm excited for everybody
Thanks.
else to hear it and hear the rest of these songs we're kind of alluding to. And um, but I was thinking also about you coming home. Is there, other than friends and family and things, is there something you really like look forward to in St. Louis? Is there a dish or a spot or anything like that you think about a lot when you're in Nashville that you can't wait to get home to?
This is going to sound so dumb and probably not what anyone's expecting because St. Louis has such good food. But for some reason, the Pasta House salad has
Oh yeah.
me wrapped around their finger. Like, I think about that salad all the time.
Yeah.
I love salad. You know what else? The Rizzo salad
Yeah, for sure.
in Wentzville. If you've been to Rizzo, shout out to
Yeah.
Rizzo. But yeah, I think about both of those things quite a bit. So
Yeah.
I'll hopefully hitting those up the weekend of May 2nd when when I'm back in town.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are both great choices for sure. Rizzo's is not I you know, lived in Wentzville all my life until we just recently moved a little bit further west. So
Oh, nice.
but yeah, it's 40 years in Wentzville, so very familiar with the Rizzos.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always fun to get it because I mean, when I lived in St. Louis, I was playing bars every weekend. So getting to go back to like BMO's, I was there Thursday, Friday, Saturdays almost every weekend
Hmm.
for a while. And the McDonoughs who own BMO's are awesome and still keep in touch. And so I love like getting to go back there and like Frankie Martin's and Cottle Village and just kind of
Yeah.
hitting some of the, places that I used to play a lot too is always fun.
I think that might be the last place I saw you was Frankie's for that Irish Fest or something, like whatever that was.
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
ran into you there that day. That was a
Yep.
pretty wild party.
Always is. Yeah. St. Patrick's Day. People don't understand St. Patrick's Day in St. Louis. Like Nashville does not do anything like St.
Yeah.
Louis. Like I remember even Mardi Gras. I think it was one of my first years living in Nashville, and I got all dressed up in my purple and gold and went downtown with friends. And I remember everyone was like, "Oh, is it somebody's birthday?" Or like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, St. Louis just goes hard for everything. And
Yeah.
and I miss that a little.
Well, I think the Mardi Gras thing, I don't know all the proper um, story, I guess, but I do know much like the blues in St. Louis, like a lot of the musicians, from New Orleans and stuff, like came up the river, and St. Louis was one of those, stops being right off the river. So I think that's a lot of how, like, why blues is such a, so prevalent in St. Louis
Yeah,
music. I think that's a lot of why we celebrate as much Mardi Gras too. I feel like I don't, again, I might be way off on that, but that's makes sense to me. I think, like, hearing it like that. But so
yeah,
maybe that's why it kind of skipped over some of the other towns instead of, yeah.
maybe.
But maybe the river is the reason. But anyway, yeah, it's fun to see everybody out, as long as everybody's having fun and nothing gets too crazy. But yeah, I worked a bunch of those Mardi Gras weekends down at Broadway Oyster Bar, and it gets pretty wild down there in the city for the parade and everything.
Yeah.
So we used to do this, like, cakes and eggs thing in the morning before the parade. People would come in there, and then, like, they'd have like the bar lined up. You do like a $30 wristband or whatever, and you would come in and you could stuff your face with the breakfast buffet and then drink hurricanes. They just had cups full of hurricanes all over the counter, and
Gosh.
people would come out there with like a stack of cups like it's a county fair, and then they'd pound as much booze as they could for like 2 hours, and then they leave the bar to go to the parade, and it was wild.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm sure it was fun for people that were not working. For me, it was not as much fun.
Definitely.
When you're trying to corral all these people and like
Oh,
making sure everybody's behaving to an extent. So
so funny.
yeah. But no, it was all good times though, and good music. And so yeah, when I mentioned some of these like songs like for the summer. Another one, what's it? Friends,
Find My Friends.
Find My Friends. That one's kind of feels like summertime to me too. Like,
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. I wrote that one with my friend Claire, and we were trying to decide what to write that day, and we were kind of just like, giving ideas back and forth. And she was like, "Is there a song that you're missing? Like, what's something that you haven't written about?"
mhm.
And I was thinking, and I was like, got a lot of songs about boys, got a lot of songs about drinking and partying
All
and
right.
whatever. And I was like, I don't have a song for my girls, for my friends. And they're like such a big part of my life. So yeah, so I was like, I gotta write my girl anthem, my song for my friends.
Yeah, they nailed it. Is that
Good.
I was kind of wondering about that too, like if you have like a checklist, because I feel like every debut album has to have
Mhm.
certain things. You're like going through the checklist like that. So I was
Yeah.
wondering if that was a part of the conversation, and so it's fun to hear you say that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think a lot of my co-writers are just incredible and so smart too. And they, are asking those kind of questions. They're like, well, do you need a song like this or like this? Or we could try to write this or that. And like it's really cool to just have people that you trust and that believe in you and what you're doing and like want to collaborate in that way.
Hmm. Yeah. Please. But bringing up summer, do you have big summer plans? Are you looking to get out there on the road more, touring, or is there some plans to round out the rest of the year for you with
Yeah, we've
this new
got
record?
a little bit. Yeah, we've got a few shows in the summer and more to be announced. But I'll be in Nashville for CMA Fest. So I'll be announcing some things soon for that week. If anybody's coming to Nashville, let me know. And then I actually am playing Third and Lindsley, which is a like historic venue in Nashville that's been a bucket list kind of venue for me. But I got asked by the Women of Country, who are like a big outlet in country music, and I was on their list of like women to watch in 2026. So they asked me to be a part of a big show that they're doing, yeah, this summer at Third and Lindsley. So that's one I'm like super, super excited for.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta make it down there. I've been to Nashville a few times, mostly, kind of in and out. Like I never really like, done the proper, tourist stuff. I haven't ever really done Broadway proper,
Yeah.
never been to a writer's round yet. I
Oh my
need to,
gosh.
I want to go to Bluebird, and I want to do all the things. But mostly I've went in for like a concert and then pretty much went home, like kind of thing. So it was like
Yeah.
I went to see it was several years ago, but it was like a CMA or no, what was it? Not CMA, but it was whatever a record label, whatever it was. But anyway, they were hosting it, but it was like Alan Jackson, Eric Church, John Party, Eric Pasley, like all these guys were like on a street show, and it was like really cool. I was like, yeah, I'll go to that. I'll drive down there for free. Alan Jackson show. That sounds cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's like another just cool thing about Nashville is there'll be random pop-up shows that they'll announce like the day before and just be like free show of like, somebody huge on the street and you
Yeah.
just show up and like it's cool. So yeah, let me know if you ever come to Nashville because I can help you out with
Yeah.
where to go.
I'd like to make that happen. We just
Yeah.
I got a bunch of friends down there always like, yeah, come you can crash on the couch or whatever. And I'm like, so but yeah, I mean that's I think it'd be a lot of fun to take in the city and do all that stuff and that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I think like especially like so, those songwriter rounds were, I mean, I here in town I did my own version of that for 3 years until COVID, and then I've been kind of wanting to bring it back, just haven't really found the right home for it. But that's something really near and dear to my heart. Like just
Yeah,
so I love
definitely.
songwriting and sharing those stories like that in a small room. And
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you should definitely bring that back
yeah,
if you can, because yeah, that's a really cool thing for St. Louis to have.
yeah, it was really special. We had, I mean, I'm glad that I have those recordings and stuff, but it's definitely I know there's a couple people in town doing their version of it, and which is cool to see that some other people have stepped up to fill that void because we don't really have a ton of that in town. So, but we have
Yeah.
a lot of great writers that want to share their songs on a stage. So, so I'm glad to see. Like I know Anthony Russo is doing one in St. Charles monthly now, and so that's a good one for sure. That he just brought that back. He kind of did it before and took a break and brought it back. So,
Nice.
so maybe one of these days when you come back home, you can maybe sit in on that one too.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot going on in town. That's what's I think it's fun that see what's happening for St. Louis music as well. As some of our people like yourself that have moved on to Nashville or different cities. But there's one thing I feel like St. Louis is good for is we love a good hometown story. And so every time people like yourself, come back home, we're gladly celebrate that, that Molly returns home to St. Louis. And
Well, thank you. Yeah,
uh,
it's really my favorite getting to come back to St. Louis. Like, I mean, even since I was young playing shows, like so many people would come out weekend after weekend and support. And yeah, now especially like being away and getting to come back, it's just like it's the coolest feeling ever. Hometown support. So yeah, I'm like just so grateful and so excited for the May 2nd show. It's going to be
yeah. And I'll link tickets on this post if you're watching this, it'll be in the info, and then we'll also have like a pre-save for the record, and so you can get that as well. And I'll be sure to button it all up to it real nice, so for make it easy for everybody. But yeah, I was thinking also about the excuse me, like another good example of all that is I think is Nikki Glazer. Just
yeah.
She went on to New York and LA and doing all these big things in comedy, and but she just came home and did her latest special, which is coming out here right at the beginning of May or something, I think too. But she filmed it at the Fox in St. Louis, and like I think that's like a really cool thing for her, and yourself. Like it's a nice thing to come back home and celebrate what you've accomplished. And so I don't know, just like it's cool to see that now she's getting to share St. Louis with, everybody's going to watch her special all over the place. And so,
yeah, it's very full circle for sure.
Yeah. So hopefully maybe one of these days we'll get that. We'll do, Molly Lovette live at the pageant, or, one of those things.
Yes.
Or the Fox, or, whatever. So we got we're blessed with some really, really great theaters in town. So
For sure. Yeah, we really are.
so that would be a nice treat to get to that level.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're well on our way. We got a lot of things happening this year. Big year for Molly Lovette. So if you haven't, be sure to follow along. You got your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, on all the digital music platforms. And so get plugged in, mollylovette.com for everything else. But really appreciate you spending some time with me. I'm glad we got to hang out and record this. And but yeah, congratulations on the new record. And I can't wait to celebrate with you on May 2nd at Delmar Hall.
Yeah, thank you so much. We will have to not wait 5 years next time to do this.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Molly. And I will see you real soon.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.